Hey everybody, Mario here, otherwise known as Y2M on the interwebs, and welcome to another edition of the 52 Review. So I got 4 comics for the week of August 25th, 2012. So let's get right to it with Green Lantern, New Guardians, number 8. Last time on Lantern Ball Z, Invictus had pretty much defeated every Lantern warrior he faced. His power level was simply too much for the Lantern Warriors to bear. Fortunately, Kyle Rayner struck up an unlikely deal with Invictus by sparing the lives of all those that Invictus planned to extinguish. The Lanterns must agree to take out Larfreeze once and for all. Minor spoilers. However, before this task could be completed out, some of the Lanterns decided to check up on their respective Lantern Corps, Archillo being one of them. So, they put the plan to face Larfreeze on hold, while some of the Lanterns flew off to check on their respective corps. Archillo has found out that his Lantern Corps is pretty much existent in name only. You probably would know all of this, especially if you've read the main Green Lantern series, which is the one with Hal Jordan and Sinestro, which I highly recommend. Archillo gets into trouble and he realizes that things look pretty bleak for his Lantern Corps, but an answer comes in the form of, well, I can't say. That would be spoiling. This issue primarily focuses on Archillo's quest to find out what happened to his respective corps, and the revelations he found out are a little bit shocking to say the least. As for the other Lantern Corps, well, Fatality for the Star Sapphires gets a little image time too, but not much is known other than the fact that she has her own mission from her own corps. We're starting to get clues that there might be something more to the Blue Lantern Corps, specifically St. Walker's little hints that he peppers. It is pretty vague, so I don't fault you if you didn't catch it at all. However, the last page in the teaser for the next issue pretty much give you a gigantic clue that something's gonna go down with the Blue Lanterns. What could that possibly be? And will the Lanterns rally together to confront Larfreeze eventually? Find out all this and more in the next issue of Lantern Ball Z. Alright, well, now that that's done with, let's move on to Superman number 8. So Dan Jurgens writing Superman has probably been a really good thing. It's a good thing. This storyline that's been going on with Hellspawn, which, by the way, is an inspired choice to go with for a villain to face Superman. It's really good. I mean, it's not like stellar like Action Comics has been, but it is really amazing. I'm really enjoying it. And Keith Giffen's artwork, it just fits. It just works really well. It is a stellar, solid issue. And how things wrapped up with Hellspawn, I liked how it wrapped up, but at the same time, I also liked that it was an open ending, and we know that that's probably not the last we'll see of stuff. I really don't want to spoil it for you, but just read it, just see for yourself. The fight was amazing. I really didn't like everything else not involving Superman. It really felt like it had no place in the issue, which is kind of unfortunate because I shouldn't be feeling that way. But the whole trade-off between Hellspawn and Superman, both physically and with words, was pretty much all that I needed and all that I wanted in this issue. It was really a great issue. Hellspawn basically laying it on the table, telling Superman, hey man, you're a freak, you're different. You'll never be like other people, so why the hell are you trying to pretend that you are? Minor spoilers. And Superman gives his response, I think, in the best way that he can. You know, it was really great. It wasn't like Action Comics heartfelt great, but it was a feel-good kind of great. And it just worked. And I'm glad how things wrapped up. So, this whole thing with Hellspawn is pretty much just 2 issues long, but that's fine. Not everything has to be an epic, uber, large 11-issue story arc. Sometimes things can be told in 2, sometimes things can be told in 11 issues.
It all depends on just how well things are written, and the artwork never hurts either. Really enjoyed this issue. I'm telling you, Superman has been saved, and hey, guess what? I'm sticking with it. Not dropping it. So, yay. Next up, The Flash, number 8. So, we know what happened in issue 7. We know that there are consequences to the Flash going overboard with the Speed Force, and he found that out the hard way. Speaking of the Speed Force, guess where he's trapped in? I'm sorry, I just still can't get over the whole Speed Force thing. It's just a little ridiculous. I kind of feel like Yoda would be insulted by this or something like that. I don't know. Anyway, so trapped in the Speed Force, we get a little background on the villain that he faces in this issue, Turbine. We know how he himself ended up in the Speed Force and why he's so desperate to get out of it and go back to his own time. And we even get a clue as to how he got his own powers. Apparently the Speed Force can do things to anybody, which is both good and a kind of a bit of a cop-out, but whatever. Small potatoes. Now, while the story alone is pretty decent, it's the artwork that keeps me coming back. And it's that little combo that keeps me from dropping it. Not that I ever would, because it's really good. Just the artwork alone. But I'm just saying, a really good combination of plot and artwork. And yeah, even if one does overtake the other, if the other's still at least somewhat decent, it's okay. At least that's in my view. Now, don't get me wrong. That doesn't mean it's okay every time, because if the story is a stinker, it's a stinker. Let's get that out of the way right now. But here, it just works. I really love how the action is so fluid and how the artwork reflects that. It's really great what they can do with still images, with artwork. And it's fantastic. I love it. I love this issue. Can't wait till the next one. Gorilla Grodd's going to be in it. So yeah, can't wait to see how the New 52's take on Gorilla Grodd will be. And finally, to the surprise of nobody, my pick for this edition of the 52 review for the 8th time, for the 8th month, around this time, Aquaman number 8. Did I mention how great this series is? Because, you know, it's worth mentioning over and over again. Jeff Johns has just picked up a dead thing and resurrected it and gave it new life. And Aquaman is so damn relevant to me. We get to find out a lot more about the others, about how Aquaman came to know him, what happened in his past, the fate of his father. There's a lot of things here that it is more than just fluff. There's a lot of things that are building Arthur up as a character, why we care about him, why we should care about him, and why we should care about the series. He's not just that dude that can talk with fish. Let's get that out of the way right now. He's no longer just going to be known as that guy. And I love how this is all reflected. We really didn't get to see a lot of Black Manta in this issue, but that's okay, because, you know, final bosses shouldn't be like all over the place anyway, so that's just my opinion. Ivan Reis's artwork is amazing, and it reflects this series so well. I just love the tone, just the look. It's just perfect, and it reflects Jeff Johns' writing. And wow, it's a sorry, I was getting lost in my own fandomness. We really get an idea that despite the fact that Arthur seems to be like a lone wolf type, with the exception of Mera, he does have room in his heart for friends, for comrades, and it reflects that. This was really a deep, somewhat powerful issue. I really enjoyed it, and it's great to know that not everything has to be slam, bang, pow artwork. So this was a really fantastic issue. I highly recommend it. I'm serious, guys. For those of you that are still skeptical, and I know who I have in mind, this is really a great series. Aquaman is amazing. Check it out. And I would start with issue 1. So that's just me. Alright guys, that about does it. As always, leave your thoughts in the commentary plot below. I do apologize for being tardy as of late. It's just things going on around me. But I will try really hard to bust out every video each week. Even if I'm a little bit late, I will try to at least make sure that there's one up every week. Alright? Anyway, comment whatever you want. Let me know what you think. And as always, if you have anything you want to add, please feel free. Guys, that's it. As always, live nerdcore. Light to him out.